Hey, greetings. Can you hear me? You're muted. Your mic is muted on the.
Got it.
There
All
you
right.
go. There you go.
All right. So
Okay. Did
go ahead, Kwanzaa.
Did you press go live yet?
Yeah, it's already live. Started already
Oh,
a minute
okay.
ago. All right. So let's introduce ourselves. I am Delilah Fitness, and my sister, Body Culinary, she can introduce herself.
hmm Greetings. I'm Chef Coach Kwasa of Body Culinary, professional chef and personal trainer, mother, natural born woman.
Hmm.
hmm
So what are we talking about today?
So, our topic today is why motivation is overrated. And this can
Hmm.
apply to anyone, especially when it comes to upgrading your eating habits, aka eating healthy most of the time, not all the time, and fitness. Why waiting for motivation? New Year's Eve, your birthday, somebody gives you a gift certificate. Why waiting for motivation is overrated, and what you can do about it so you don't have to sit around waiting for motivation. It does work. And I'm saying that as a trainer in fitness and healthy eating for going on 4 decades, right? Almost 40 years.
Okay,
So,
so we
thoughts,
got the
Delilah?
word motivation. It's like being back in school again. I got this great board. I'm excited. I'm going to use it. So, what are some things that you want to share with the room about motivation?
Well, first of all, just something for folks to consider, and folks can feel free to take out their journal, which is a huge uh, part of the coaching practice. So you can do some self reflection rather than just sit passively and listen. Is
Hmm.
motivation. We scroll online to look for visual motivation, yet it usually doesn't stick. Usually, the motivation or the initial motivation doesn't last all the way through the middle and the end until we reach our goals. Most of us fizzle out. So,
Hmm.
I invite people to consider why that is so and what are other alternatives to motivation, right? And what motivates you, Delilah Fitness?
Well, I wanted to say something that was had a revelation in my life that motivation comes after. Motivation does not come before doing the work. What I've learned is that if I wait for motivation and going through depression, and if it's raining outside, then if I go by my feelings and motivation, I would never be fit. So I actually do the deed. I get up, I do the action, even when I don't want to do it, and then I get motivated after the action. And I
Mm,
find that we've been sold a bag of goods like the medical industry where it's not what you think it is, because we, like in the medical industry, what they do is deal with the symptoms, they don't deal with the cause. And a lot of times motivation would never come for some people. So I don't depend on how I feel when I wake up in an early day. I just realize that I have goals and I have a board now. And I find that when I set goals and I have short, like short goals, long-term goals, that when I get the job done, that's when motivation comes in because I feel really good about myself that I kept my word to myself. So I do it that way, and it works for me.
mhm. I would have to say I've come to pretty much verbatim the same thing. Like waiting for motivation, I think is a scam, a way to sell more products, to sell more things around New Year's Eve. It's almost like giving you an opt out for motivation. It sounds good. It sounds motivational, but I think we wind up. I just think it's actually, I think it's actually a scam because I find after I'm done, for example, with the 5 a.m. workout, even if I started out kind of tired or groggy, I feel super energized. I feel super motivated after.
Hmm.
But Delilah, what's that? Do you have a ponytail holder on in the
Oh, my hair is coming down. Oh yeah, I do.
back?
That's from me taking a nap. I'm just coming from a
hmm
nap, guys. I was toasted out. Sunday.
That's
All right, I'm back.
hmm
So
yes.
what I wanted to share is that a lot of times people always ask me, "Well, Delilah, what keeps you motivated at 59 to work out? I want to be like you." And the best thing that you can do is deal with your mind and setting the tone for getting out of your feelings. Yes, feelings do exist, but if we was to walk around in our feelings, a lot of people, you see road rage, right? A lot of people would just be saying things that they want to say that's not appropriate. But a lot of times I'm learning that there are healthy boundaries and integrity, and that comes with I'm starting to find more attractive is setting goals and being responsible for what comes out of my mouth and my emotions. So once I become much more in tune with the goal and what makes me feel good and reaching my goal, that's motivation for me.
Mm, yeah. So I would say I would agree. I would say that the overrated part, though, I feel
Hmm.
like there's so many of us that are spending years waiting for motivation.
Hmm.
We spent years waiting for motivation, year after year, and it just makes me wonder. Like, I feel like we're kind of like in a trance, right? Enticed by social media and entertainment, because it's like it's one thing is 1 month, 2 months, even that's a long time, but years of a holding pattern, right? A holding pattern of waiting for motivation or waiting for excuse or waiting to move, wait for a new job. It's like I'm an observer of pattern, so that's a distinct pattern of waiting. Like, and it doesn't it doesn't give what it's supposed to have given, because while we think we're waiting and the body is still, the body is not still. The body is either moving forward or it's moving backwards. We're definitely aging, that's for sure. And it's a lot of
Mm.
missed time and missed opportunity. So I feel like the motivation is actually it's giving us an out. It's
I,
giving us an
I
out.
I actually think, like, when I think about the medical industry with motivation, is that the medical industry is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. If we look back at Rockefeller when he created that pyramid scheme, where he used petroleum jelly, petroleum to sell it because it was waste. And so he used it and he manipulated the whole medical industry. I think that's the same thing with motivation. I think a lot of the stuff that we were taught as children um, needs to be reevaluated,
Okay.
including motivation. Because I know for me now, because I grew up in a family that didn't have any healthy boundaries, and just being chaos was the norm. That I didn't know what it was to have healthy motivation. I just went by chaos, and that was the cool thing to do. So once I started growing up and evolving, I wanted more in my life, and I didn't want to keep doing the same thing. I had to reevaluate my life and the words that come out of my mouth, and also to sit down and write out at 59, how do I want my life towards the end to pan out. So that comes with being responsible, just sitting with myself and asking myself pertinent questions. And it's called being responsible. And I also acknowledge I grew up in a very dysfunctional family where having conversations like this was not normal. It was like lashing out at each other. And so I didn't have time to have goals because we lived one day at a time, and we didn't have a bank account, so everything was just winging it. And so I realized that I spent more than half my life winging my life. And now that I have a purpose and I see the value from reading books, spending time having conversations with people that I won't say worship, but people that I feel have a good head on their shoulders. I've circled myself around certain people and certain conversations that I want to be a part of, and I find that I'm motivated by that.
Mm, okay. What do you find motivates your clients?
I find what motivates my clients is me. I find a lot of times my clients are looking for solutions, and based on, like myself, looking for answers outside of yourself, people put people on pedestals. And what happened is that a lot of clients put me on a pedestal. So a lot of times they'll say, hey, you have nice arms. I want your arms. And a lot of times that comes at a cost. And I think because there hasn't been that spark of fire to do the work, people live vicariously through who they put on a pedestal. You know what I mean? So what
Mm,
happens is that when people feel, okay, I'm working with Delilah, she's a trainer, she's somebody I inspires me. But a lot of times, like with television and rap stars, you don't see the behind the scenes of what it takes to be a rock star. You just see the glitz and glamour. And a lot of times when people get to know me, um, they didn't see the work that it took for me to get this way. So now that they're working with me, some of them opt out. They didn't expect it to look like this. So they are not motivated.
Mm. So
So
they actually get a coach, and then they're not motivated.
they're not motivated to do the work because
Mm.
they go through us through they live vicariously through. It's like celebrities. People see a celebrity and they Beyonce and they idolize them. She's wearing this, or they buy the same outfit. They want to be that person. But then when they see the behind the scenes of what she had to go through, which she doesn't really show, if you had to see what she went through from going through the music industry, that a lot of people, as you know, people who wanted to be in the music industry, a lot of them didn't make it. So, and a lot of
Mm.
people don't tell you the blood, sweat, and tears and the sacrifice that they went through, and some of them didn't even make it. So we don't tell the truth, and a lot of us are just not used to doing the work, and that's the thing I find to be, uh, like a dagger. The people and I think we grew up in conformity. Like if something challenges us and make us feel uncomfortable, we're all in our feelings, then it's not for me. That's it's too tough, it's too hard, and that's the thing I get a lot of. And so what I back to motivation is responsibility, and motivation is work.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, as
That's
far as speaking about the project that we're working on, her next chapter, as we all age and we're getting older, we're going through menopause, our skin is changing, our what the energy we used to have based on, especially with women, the sacrifice of having children, putting their life on hold and their health on hold. Now they're empty nesters,
hmm
and now they're looking at themselves saying, like, God, I don't even recognize this person. How can I need help. So this is where and why we created her next chapter, the next chapter of your life. If you are going to be here, and if you're over 50, what does that look like? What is it now that you did everything for everybody else? What is it that you want to do for yourself? What is it? Do you want to go to Bora Bora? Do you want to travel? And traveling requires being healthy, because if you're somebody who is sick all the time and you need your medication, it's very challenging to travel if you have to keep getting your medication. And let's just say if you go to another country, they don't have that stuff set up for you. Some of the drugs that you have in the States, other countries are not set up that way. So now you
mm.
have to think about, I want to travel. I got this bucket list. The kids are out. I'm an empty nester, but I still have desire in me to see the world. I still have it. I'm retired. I got a little bit of money in the bank, and I want to book a flight to Bora Bora. What does that look like? And the thing is that people don't take the time to invest in their health. And what is so uncanny is that people don't really see the bigger picture. And
Mm.
so this is the conversation that we're having around her next chapter. What me and Kwaza, my sister, is here is to help you get on that trajectory, to get it started. Now, it's a 30-day transformation program, and we're gonna hold your hands. We're gonna be your accountability partner. And what it entails, Kwaza, can you share what it entails?
So a 30-day transformation is basically we're meeting every week. So you're meeting with myself and
Mm-hmm.
Delilah Fitness every week. So we're answering all your questions as well as holding your hand and offering you support. All the questions you have about getting fit at home, what equipment you'll need, tracking your progress, realistic motivation, problem solving. We're meeting every week. Additionally, we'll also be showing you the tools and making available to you tools so you can track your progress. How can you tell you're working hard enough to elicit the types of changes that you want to see in your body? Also, there's going to be a good degree of mindset coaching because most people, one of the reasons why the results don't last is because there's not a mindset that supports fitness. We don't
Right.
realize, even though we've come across some new information we have a set point that is firmly established. So it's really going to take some over, over a period of time, some long-term uh, commitment, right? It's going to take some long-term commitment. Also, some discomfort as you challenge your belief systems. And you may have belief systems around protein. Do cardio first, or do it
Mm-hmm.
last, or what's skinny, or do I need to fast all the time, right? So a lot of
Right.
questions that come up. We support you with education and science as well as
Mm-hmm.
hands-on. So you're going to get recorded relaxation sessions,
Mm-hmm.
relaxation/meditation sessions. You're going to get vegan recipes from whole, fresh living, and unprocessed foods. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
get a check in with us every week. And then also, you'll be able to join our community, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you are surrounded by like minded women who have a focus on upgrading our fuel, on a daily movement practice, as well as garden/nurture nature therapy to really trigger you into relaxation, right? So these are all aspects actually of our lifestyle. And these lifestyle practices will stay with you until you're old, right? So this is what we're implementing during the 30 days. So you will receive coaching personal. If you would like to also, there's a package if you'd like to add on a private one-on-one consultation that's available
Mm-hmm.
to you. And even the exercise videos will always also be provided for you, especially catered for women over 40. There's
Right.
also the opportunity to train with me daily, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be reviewing people's workout results from their heart rate monitor and giving them feedback every day so you have some guidance along the way.
So you'll have live workouts and pre-recorded workouts. You'll
Yep.
have
They have
a
they have the option if they want to train with me live. You're
mm-hmm.
gonna get everything
Right.
inside your package once you register. So the recipes, the exercise, the link to join the weekly
Mm-hmm.
meeting. Right, you'll be able to reach out to us and ask your questions. If you though
Right.
also maybe you want somebody to hold your hand and modify the exercises for you, give you tips on corrective exercise if you have like an area that's like atrophied or an imbalance or just need extra sets because one side of the body is a little smaller than the other. So that private coaching element is also available to you if you'd like to train with me every day at 5 a.m. So this is really
Right.
catered to everyone. You can do what it is that you can. You can do it independently. You can do it with a coach and also in a group setting.
Correct. So I put the link down if anybody, I put the link down so you can actually start clicking on and reserve your spot. Now it starts on the 18th, not this Monday. This segment is starting next week, Monday on the 18th. So it's going to give you enough time for us to send you the pre-recorded meditation and the meal plans. The 30-day meal plan is going to have 30 days of juice recipes, which is your breakfast. You're going to have 30 recipes of smoothies and entrees. Raw vegan lasagna, raw vegan pasta, raw vegan tacos. Now, a lot of you follow me on Instagram and you watch me eat these amazing meals, and you're always asking me, hey, Delilah, can you drop the recipe? You will have 30 days of raw vegan meals.
Hmm.
That's included. And you will have movement, journaling, as far as meditation, meeting once a week with like minded people who are on the same trajectory as you. And so we've done everything but do it for you. So we're hoping that that a lot of you that are on this trajectory and looking for help, that you invest in yourself, that you take this time to see the value in you, and also take this time to see where you want to be in the next 10 years. I'm 59, so this is my health package. So say to yourself, if you're on
Good point.
medication, diabetes, hypertension, cancer. I'm a cancer exercise specialist, so you can pull me to the side and say, hey, Delilah, my oncologist and I are working on something, and I want to pull you in as my trainer since you're a cancer exercise specialist. Can you design some programs specially for me since I have cancer? So we got the cancer now. We got, if you have diabetes, hypertension, it's all factored in. Plus, we're older women, so we modify the exercises for you. So we basically done, like I said, we've done everything but do the work for you. So if
Hmm.
you have any questions, just let us know. I don't know if we can read the questions, but we'll try to.
Um, Let me see.
Oh, I see the private chat. All right. So does anybody have any questions? This is the time to ask. Any questions? And if we didn't answer it, that means we are trying to figure this out. So we're not as computer savvy. We just this is new to us. So you can actually DM me the questions, and I will gladly help you. Now the website is delilahfitness.com, and it's on the first page. So if you need if you can't click on to what I just put in the chat room, you can go to
Hmm.
delilahfitness.com. On the first page, if you scroll down, delilahfitness.com, you will see her next chapter. All right. So, Kwanzaa, do you have any further information that you would like to share with this wonderful group of ladies?
Yeah. Well, I just invite people to really make an investment in themselves. It's some things that are coming down the pipeline. Actually, some things I've been saying for years. One, when you consider what you're up against with menopause, and for those women that have fibroids
Mm-hmm.
and tumors and are having going in for fibroid surgeries or myomectomies or whatever, and coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and when they wake up, they said, "Oh, well, we had to take your womb." So that womb is directly connected to our vitality. So if you're trying to bypass a lot of the surgeries, you're going to need to
Right.
invest in yourself, to get your
Mm-hmm.
immune system up with exercise, to learn
Mm-hmm.
appropriate portions, right? How much is enough? And then just buckle down into the work of strength training. We do cardio, strength, flexibility, and mobility, right? All of those, as well as positive accountability with your coach, all of those make up a balanced program. So we'll be in contact. You are welcome to contact us daily, and we definitely weekly will look at your results from your heart rate monitor
Right.
of your, all of your activity.
Exactly.
Yep,
And
makes it like
and
cut out a
to
lot of guesswork.
Yeah, that's important because a lot of you have expressed that you don't know where to start. Nobody understands you. They have trainers at the gym that's like 20 years old. You're 60 and, you know, you're not sure if that's the right trainer for you, and which I commend you on. You should always ask questions. You should vet everybody because this is your body. But as two women who are in our late 50s going through menopause, I can honestly tell you what I find so intriguing is the stories that I've been told as a little girl, what I
Mm,
was going to be going through, which end up not being true. Now, I,
mm,
I didn't put on any weight because that happens. I don't experience any dryness. As far as, you know what I'm talking about, ladies.
mm-hmm,
And as far as menopause, I think the only thing that I deal with is the flashes every now
mm-hmm,
and then, but it's not as severe as what I see my grandmother and my mother go through, where they're sticking their head out the window,
mm.
or just in the wintertime taking everything off on the train. I remember seeing my mom, and it's freezing outside. She's taking her jacket and coat off, and
Mm.
she's burning up, and it's like below zero
Who did you
outside.
try
I'm
to
like,
impress? Oh my gosh.
yeah, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? It's freezing out here. She says, No, I'm having a heat flash, and it's below zero, and she's
Oh,
practically walking around the streets of New York in the Bronx with a short sleeve shirt, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going
oh
on
wow.
here? So yeah, I don't experience that, like and as far as my energy level, vitality all the way. I feel like I have a second chance on life. And you remember when you was a kid, you would say, well, if you knew what you knew then, because I have the physical body with energy, and I have the wisdom. I'm not in my 20s, so I have the wisdom of a 50-year-old woman. And so with a youthful body and a 50-year-old mind inside of a youthful body, I mean, that's
That's
amazing.
a winning combo. That's a winning
That's a
combo.
win-win combo. So I invite you to, if to take advantage of this opportunity. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. We will be answering your questions. You will have access to us. Access is privilege. So you will have exclusive access to us. So you have answer. We will be going on Zoom. It's going to be in a safe space, so you won't feel like you can't have this conversation, and the women are going to be going through the same thing that you're going through. So it's a safe space to have these conversations with people who are professional, two people who've been in the field for over, if you combine both of our skills together, over 60
That's
years of
true.
information that will be, as far as shortening your learning curve. I mean, you save time. So the time that we spend, the 60 years that we spent to get this information, you'll get it
You don't have to wait
working
that
with us. You don't
long.
have to
Yeah,
wait
you
that
don't have to
long.
wait
So
so long.
Right. So you can
Many of
take
us can't
that
afford
time.
to. Many of us can't even afford to wait that long because we're on our own. Many of us out here, we can't run, jump, kick, and punch to even defend ourselves. So, it's really something for us to get clear
Hmm.
on how our emotions are sabotaging our workouts. And
Right.
our opportunity to upgrade. But yeah, I'm excited.
I am too.
This is day 7. Looking forward to
Okay.
welcoming some new people aboard. So, again, if you're interested, please ensure that you're following Delilah Fitness, Delilah Raw Fit, and Body Culinary on all social media, definitely on TikTok and on Instagram. We're going to be moving around, but we want to make sure that we hold our team accountable for the 30-day challenge.
Yes.
So, anything
Very
else, son?
important. No, that's it. I think you pretty much covered everything, sis. Thank you so much. So again, the doors are open. We're taking 20 people for next week, the 18th of August. So
Hmm.
this is the time to get started on your journey as far as New Year's resolution. It's up to you if you're going to put your life on hold. I can't tell you what to do, but what I can tell you is that there's so much life out there and there's so much that you can be doing with that beautiful temple of yours. And it can heal itself if you allow it to and give it the right nutrients. And that's what we're here to do. If you are on medication, you want to get off medication. I have worked with people where I've gotten them off medication, working with them, and their doctors took them off. So it's not impossible. If you need testimonies, check my page, my Instagram page. I mean, I've been doing this for myself 30 years, and my sister has been doing it. So we're not going to steer you wrong. We're going to really give you the information that applies personally to you, and we're going to really hold your hand through the process. So it's really, like I said, it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime investment in you. And I want to say this before we part. Um, as women, and let's be candid here. Aren't you tired of pouring into everybody else but yourself? I just want to leave that with you because you deserve to be poured into and to be nurtured, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And a lot of you guys are exhausted. You have been giving, giving, giving. And what about you? So this is why me and my sister do what we do, because we are of service and we want to help you. And you deserve it
Hmm.
after you've given so much. We want to pour back and give back to you.
Hmm.
So
And
take advantage of it.
if you have any questions about working with us as a coaching for this program or even individually, please reach out to us. DelilahFitness.com and info@body-culinary.com. So you can get
Exactly.
what it is, the type of support that you need when
Right.
it comes to the food, when it comes to the movement practice, when it comes to garden/nature therapy. We make loads of recommendations because this is a lifestyle. Hmm.
Exactly. All
Hmm.
right,
And on
ladies.
that note,
We wish you
we will
adieu.
see you on the channel. I hope to see you at the 5 a.m. workout.
All right. Bye.